he. Look, it's easy. It's easy, you see. Thou hast lost thyself, O great Verdini. It's easy. Snowflakes soaked in paraffin. I want them to trickle down my chin, because I have sinned and I am thin. And I don't want to look like my liver, which is swimming in gin. For I have tomorrow and never again, seeing the great pyramid of Uzzah, flung henceforth from a well of dreams, shall I decline a fat bemused and lyrical swish of diminution for the rifle of parallel desire with which I am blessed. And I am a cigarette, sellotaped to the end of a bleeding lip. Soon shall be buried in a pile of dust, crushed and discarded with luscious contempt, swilled down in the dumps, paddled amongst the shit and spit in a pit of mud and blood. For she is blunted, she is tiny, and I have no yellow lines, all for one and watch with mother coming true at various times. Then she went and rented rivers, singing, hey man, floods in spring. All I knew was bent and withered. I knew she was the king of tides, the watcher dodging jams and breaks and dams and grief. Do come along and watch her walking on the bank with handsome carriage floodlights shining in the brief March air. But no one was there to stare in the bitter wind which tore the faces of innocent passers-by who'd just witnessed a crime. The crime was wasted and festered, and tattered scarves were ripped and shredded in a pageant full of nonsense and noise, and a struggling toothless lady who stank and screamed, but nothing came out of her stained and rancid mouth but a rasping, hollow, rotting sound. Begotten flesh and rat piss, vials disease, stinking dog puss like a love feast, scattered through the sewage pipe, making tomatoes wherever it lands, making hedonistic smells from clay, making play where fishes flap. Come with me, my severed brethren, come and eat these maggots raw. Come and walk by shattered willows, bent and savaged, just a straw. I will never go to heaven. Never read a book again. Listen to the sounds of human beings, rattling and eating and whistling, endure the breathing of other people. It's all so smelly and not frosty enough, disgusting as lumps of meat and fish heads jumping out of the ice in supermarkets. It's crude and wonderful. Like the back of my watch, sweat-encrusted, jewel-encumbered, smashing beauty from the tick. Lo, you sit and tick, unheeded, needing time to wind you up. You, useless gimmick old, forgotten, dying by the force of service. But you live in dreams like colour, hopeless when reprinted by the most efficient machine. How can I touch you when you don't exist at Christmas, the summer holiday, or some other time when nobody's witching? In a bubble of snot I dwell, in the fingernails of a Parisian tobacconist, and swim in the cracks of the fallow pavement, whilst the dog shit's being hosed into the gutter by giant street cleaners. On a Sunday, when all the dogs in the world have been walked, time turns to gunge and is no longer warm breath that you can see when it's snowing, or beans and garlic that you can smell when they're cooking. I am the ghost of grime, which haunts the dreams of old men and beggars. The colours, are just ink, infused with thought, so dangerous it stops you thinking. Quiet shades of white and purple, telling anarchy of purpose. Why don't people sell their stories when they write their epitaphs? This one for the Guardian, that one for the Times, this one for my mother. Next comes readers' wives. When we're dead, our smiles get lurid as a model. Close your ears, Fred. As a model, fucking money. Why not run like shit down sewers? That's what they're made for, honey. Poets hang themselves from piano wires. Men grow tits by accident. Who invented mindless questions? Who made handbags made of envy? Who said shoe heels should be bent? Along the streets of trepidation, angels sing in vats of pasta. Worlds collide in deprivation. Hungry ghosts are slave and master. Trouble is grot. Angry phlegms. Beep, beep, beep of consternation. Oh, to be in realms of naught where pictures flee and lice are legion. Crabs are almost flat. Politicians are reason. Bogies are tasty. Are bogies tasty, Fred?
Not really.
Ugh. Bogies are tasty, except in Paris, where they are black. But still, they have a gritty kind of quality. So does unwashed lettuce. And worms. Worms, I believe, although I've never eaten one myself, maybe I will one day, when it is raining and they are plentiful. We wouldn't have such tasty potatoes if there weren't such things as worms. Nightingales wouldn't have anything to eat. Or maybe they'd eat snails, like the French. I don't know. Oh, birds. They fly all over the place, the little fuckers. Hey! Hey! Give me back my 2 white maggots, you bastard! Look at my hair. Stupid, isn't it?